This was an interesting one. Clearly there was a nice little story built to this, but the match between Gunther and Pat McAfee. So of course, Pat McAfee jumping in to kind of defend his broadcast partner Michael Cole here, specifically because Gunther had confronted both of them post Mania, um, taking out McAfee. McAfee cut some pretty good promos after that situation that went down. They had a little face off, I believe, the Raw before Backlash. And yeah, this wasn't a bad match either. I think it was just kind of what we expected. Gunther was just gonna put a beat down. McAfee kind of held his own for a bit, but nothing more nonetheless. It was a nice match. Just to kind of be an in betweener between, I guess, storylines and for the PLE itself. I think we're both talking about how, like how this would kind of like progress in terms of both of them, right? So, um, McAfee seems to still be on, I guess, on broadcast, and seems like Gunther's going back after the World Heavyweight Championship.
Right.
Yeah. So, what do you kind of see going on after this here?
Um, okay, so I was kind of this match. I was kind of. I mean, for what I knew what it was. I knew what it was, and it was just one of those matches. It was for entertainment.
Uh-huh.
Um, but and I know Gunther couldn't give his 100% because it's Pat McAfee, right? He's
Uh,
an announcer. He's not an in-ring performer. So he couldn't give like his 100%. He fucking I mean, he wouldn't kill Pat McAfee, but I mean, he definitely wouldn't be able to go like how he would be able to go with like a Drew McIntyre
oh
or
no,
a
not
Sheamus. You know what I Yeah. Like so I mean,
no ways.
because I felt like when I was watching the match, I felt like Gunther was purposely dragging his feet to try and like give McAfee his spots and all that stuff. Um, but
He
other than
just
that,
he
yeah,
pulled back a lot of
yeah,
punches,
you know,
right?
he it felt like he was pulling. Yes, exactly. It felt like he was pulling back a lot of punches to make sure that the match got through.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I will admit, when you look at it from, if you're just looking at it from a pure entertainment perspective, it was okay. It was okay. Pat McAfee had some nice spots. Some spots I thought he was going to come back. Um, but overall, not bad.
Yeah.
Uh, I know that there's some people online that wasn't a fan of Gunther giving Pat McAfee the whole nod at the end.
Yeah,
I
that was
and
interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
That was interesting
to me, it's
because
whatever. Whatever.
yeah, because it is a little of a head scratcher. Only because does it make us start to think like, oh, is Gunther gonna turn face, or
Yeah, exactly. That's a face move.
was he really genuinely giving him the nod? Like, was he kind of breaking kayfabe here for a
Right.
second, or breaking character? It is kind of interesting, especially because they had it shown on TV as well.
Right.
How does this tie into a storyline? I have no clue. Like, I don't. I don't see how you progress a storyline with the announcers.
Nah, and
Um,
you know what, dude? Like I totally get where people are coming out and not agreeing with him doing that, especially after that promo he cut right before the PLE. I mean,
uh-huh.
Gunther gave it to him. He was like, I'm going to give you my 100% undivided attention. I'm going to hurt you and everything. Just the way he cut that was a real heelish promo. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I get it why people are not a fan of what he did, but I mean,
yeah. It's like I was just confused.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, it was
not really.
confusing more than
Yeah,
anything.
not really for me to like say I didn't like it. It was just confusing.
Yeah,
Like if there's a payoff to it, sure, but I honestly don't see I don't see anything happening after that.
right,
But and even going back to what you're saying, I kept my expectations pretty low. I wasn't gonna expect the world out of McAfee. We
yeah,
know what Gunther can do, but it's
right,
also it's also conducive of who he's in the ring with, right? And I think a lot of times you have to gauge what type of wrestling match he's going to have depending on who he's actually facing.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, we know what McAfee has done in the past and who he's faced. He's, not to say he's not athletic. It's just Gunther, he wrestles kind of that hard nosed style wrestling. He's gonna
Yep.
hit you, slap you around, slam you. He's he's not a finesse wrestler. That's for sure. And
Definitely
I
not a
think,
finesse wrestler.
yeah, and I think McAfee's had his go rounds with finesse style wrestlers in the past, and it looked good. It looked okay. But yeah, when you're clashing with a Gunther, this guy's this guy's all power, man. All meat. At the end
Yep.
of the day, he's gonna wrestle and grind you down. So yeah, so it was what I was expecting.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Stay tapped in by subscribing and clicking all the links and following on all the platforms. Shout out to panel LTS Wrestling Podcast. Let's get it.